The Republicans, oh no, I'm getting scared. Stop them. I can't stop them. The convention is coming to town. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. They're on the move. And they're right here in the studio right now.
The Republican Party as a whole. How are you, two gentlemen, are you courting the black community? Is this what's going on right now?
Well, I think we support every community because we believe that the Republican Party is the best party for everybody and anybody in the United States. We call ourselves the grassroots opportunity party. That's what we always look at ourselves as, because it's all about economic.
So get ready, everybody, because this show is going to be
some special guests in
thriller.
our studio today. Members and representatives of the Republican Party. So joining us today, we have Mr. Alex Erdy. He's a Collinwood resident. We have Mr. Robert Frost from Lakewood. And we also have Mr. Dale Fellows out of the Republican Party. Mr. Fellows, you're from Willoughby Hills. Who's your candidate for president?
Well, I'm the Republican Party chairman in Lake County, and actually our bylaws prohibit us from endorsing in a presidential primary. So we're supporting them all, and from the governor through who's going to be nominated. And as Rob said, once that nomination process is over, we're going to get behind whoever the nominee is. And the beauty of it, I think, too, is when you saw all the people that are have run for president during this cycle, and it's down to 5, but every one of them are quality people who we could all support. And I'm anxious to see who the nominee is going to be, and then who that nominee is going to pick for not only their vice president, but also for their cabinet. Because that's really probably the most important thing that person is going to do once they're in office, is setting the tone for the country by setting and picking quality people to be in their cabinet. In fact, I've always advocated that I'd like to hear both nominees, when it's down to the two, the Democrat and Republican, and let us know who you are looking at for various spots in the cabinet, because that's going to tell us a lot about whether or not they're going to have a quality presidency or not.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. And as we talk about the candidates, if our listeners do not know, who are the candidates that are currently have been narrowed down for the Republican Party? It's Mr. Carson, Mr. Kasich, Mr. Trump, Mr. Rubio, and Mr. Cruz. So what you're saying specifically, sir, and I am addressing you, Mr. Fellows, the Republican Party supports all of the candidates at this point. There is no one candidate that you particularly are supporting.
We're supporting them all.
Okay.
We're waiting to see how the people let the people decide who they want. And as Rob said, we stand here today saying, come on out and vote in the Republican primary. We want everybody to come out and vote in that primary, and let us know, who do you want as your next president of the United States? Because I firmly believe that on July 21st here in Cleveland, the next president of the United States will be formally nominated for the party, and that person will become the president of the United States starting in 2017.
Are you surprised that our governor is still one of the candidates?
No, not surprised. He's had a good strategy. I think the surprise that many have is when businessman Donald Trump got in the race last summer, a lot of people didn't think he'd be in very long, and yet he has continued to increase his vote totals and his popularity. So that's more the surprise, is that campaign didn't end quickly, yet continues. So we've got those 5 candidates: Mr. Trump, Governor Kasich, Senators Rubio and Cruz, and Dr. Ben Carson, a very experienced field.
All right, so we got Super Tuesday. How do you think our governor will fare in that race?
This coming Tuesday,
Yes.
there'll be contests across the South, up in New England and Massachusetts and Vermont and in Minnesota as well. And I don't think that that's going to be a particularly strong day for Governor Kasich. His strategy is focused on Michigan the following Tuesday. So what you're going to see, I think one of the races to watch is in Texas. Does Senator Ted Cruz or businessman Donald Trump win the delegates, or win the majority of the delegates out of Texas?
That's when you're going to have your greatest prosperity. All we have to do is look historically in the United States, is when that's happened, that's what's happening. Who benefits is everybody. And we want to make sure that the opportunities are there for the black community, the Hispanic community, every community in the United States, because that's what's going to grow all of us.
Well,
And-
I agree with that, but
Right.
being that I was alive and breathing and able to pay attention to the current president's administration and also the Republicans' criticism of his accomplishments, I cannot help but feel as though as we embark on possibly getting a Republican president, will this president actually speak to our issues and our needs when the president that we had spoke to him and he couldn't get anything done? So I want to ask that question, and then I'll make this real sweet. When the Republican Party has a slogan that says "taking the White House back," what does that mean?
So that means for the party. Each party's contending for it. The Democrats want to hold it, and the Republicans want to take it back. What you have is a president in President Obama, who has presided over the highest unemployment among African Americans in recent history. You've got a Republican Party that has a program and platform of economic growth, greater prosperity for all. And so to give you had asked the question before, are the Republicans courting the African American vote? One specific example was just on Friday. I had the opportunity with the CEO of the convention that's coming here to Cleveland to speak at an African American owned business in downtown Cleveland to a group of other business leaders, a predominantly African American crowd, about the opportunity to do business with the Republican Party this summer as we put together this convention. A lot of opportunity for economic development and jobs in our community. That development, that opportunity is coming thanks to the leadership of the Republican Party.
I totally agree with that as it speaks to the Cleveland community, because the RNC is having the convention here. It's opened up a lot of economic possibilities for a lot of people in their business and individuals. However, if the Republican National Convention didn't come to Cleveland, would Clevelanders still have this opportunity?
Well, look, I don't want to miss a key opportunity here.
Okay.
No, Cleveland would not have that opportunity because what the RNC is bringing, our community needs to cash in on, and that's,
Can't we have that all the time?
no.
Actually, it's become a catalyst. It's become a catalyst for some of the projects and some of the things that have been on the back burner for many, many years. And because of the RNC coming, the convention coming, now all of a sudden those projects and things are fast tracked. And that's going to benefit everybody. Also, the $50 million and some dollars that's going to be put into Cleveland and security and things like that are going to stay here. A lot of that infrastructure is going to stay right here.
Right,
So
the
that's a
building,
huge
the building up of
benefit for
downtown,
Cleveland.
all of the construction on the streets. I completely agree with that
Right.
because of the RNC coming, a lot of that work was fast tracked to make
Right.
sure that these things were in place before the RNC came, because quite frankly, downtown was a mess. Everybody knew the streets were a mess. I appreciate that, being a Clevelander, going down there and seeing the change and the growth, and I'm just amazed.
It's going to make us proud.
It's
quite frankly.
well, I mean, obviously on the national stage it should,
Miss
but I
Scott-
still know that there's communities that are still looking the same.
Miss Controversy.
What?
There's one point that I want to make very clear. Is Brother Frost, the chairman of the Republican Party,
Yes.
he made a statement that he met with black businessmen to make sure that they be a part of the opportunity with this great money that's coming in on the RNC. So,
We gotta make
I
sure
don't want
that
to.
when we elect somebody, what they said they were going to do, what they talked about they're going to do, they do it. But also, it's got to be practical too. You have to look into when they're campaigning and saying, "I'm going to do this, 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 and this." Do they have a track record of having actually done it? I remember George Washington used to say his motto was deeds, not words, because when you actually do something, you don't have to talk about it. When you're talking about it too much, did you really do it? So we want to see somebody that actually has done things and has a track record, is an honorable person, a person of integrity. And if they don't, when they're elected, then it's our job to make the change and get that person out and put somebody else in.
Thing that I'm really interested in right now is economics.
Yes.
All right, and I don't want this whole show to get past without talking about economics.
Yes.
We got a $1 billion convention coming.
Yes.
That's going to have this whole town lit up from Washington Kemp gonna fly in on his plane. Money is gonna be flowing. That's what it's about.
Yes.
All right. So my main emphasis, because as a whole, the community is wondering, say, hey, how can we become a part of this?
Well, actually, the community already has become a part of it.
Yes.
One of the byproducts is when that announcement came back July of over a year ago, that it was going to be in Cleveland. Guess what happened? All of a sudden, more conventions started to book in Cleveland than before. And so already there's been conventions going on already that weren't booked for Cleveland because of that convention. The RNC came in. So, which now we're benefiting from. Entertainment, the restaurant business, printing, like myself as a printer. Those types of things we're already benefiting from. As I said earlier, you've got people coming in and out from all over the country to scope out where they're going to be, where they want to have their companies, where their delegates are going to be. They're already coming in and out.
Mr. Fellows, I clearly understand what you're saying,
Right.
but you're not clearly understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying for the people of the city of Cleveland, the inner city, the
Yes.
community.
Yes.
I'm talking about those people, how do they become a part of the process?
Well, they become the part of the process by getting.
Or is
they're
it
gonna
too
be-
late? Or is it
no.
too late?
Oh, no, not too late, because the beauty of this, and if we have the great hospitality that Cleveland can give to that media, that's why to me the media is so important. That 15,000 media that's coming in, and some of them already have been here, and they're seeing that good thing. They're going to bring more conventions. They're going to bring more businesses here that are going to give people jobs, permanent jobs. It's going to raise the level of jobs in this area and lower the unemployment. And what it's going to do, and it's already doing, is there's already people hiring at the restaurants. They're hiring at the ballroom.
Okay, so that
they're
brings up a very
hiring
interesting
folks at
point.
the
Same kind of
convention
jobs you
center.
just were talking
So-
about,
so-
underemployed.
So-
Yeah, this
but-
shit got a lot
But
of
no,
people.
if you don't have a job,
You know
and
what?
get,
I don't even have a ticket to the RNs. Can I get a ticket? Can I get a
don't
ticket to
even
go?
have one.
Okay. And I live here.
Listen, I know that. Listen, we'll have to bring you all back for y'all to get into the meat of what's going on here.
Yeah.
But right now, I need to know this: is there some kind of a job bank that's available through the Republican Party? See,
sure.
I need to know
Sure.
some economics. Y'all
Sure.
can argue that.
Sure.
I'll argue the tidbits all day, but I'm trying to get some money to the community
Downtown
right now.
Cleveland Alliance and the host committee have already had, I think it's 1,800 businesses that have signed up to be part of, and they've been vetted as good businesses that are on the list for the RNC members, the businesses, and everybody else to use. And those people are already starting to get jobs and get business from it, and they're going to get more and more and more. So very specifically for the convention, remember, I'm trying not to focus just on that week, because that's only 1 week.
Yes, sir.
What we want to do is we want to be able to change the dynamic here in Cleveland, so we have permanent jobs, not just a job for a week. We want jobs, and when those people that aren't working now have a job, that means the people that have a job now have moved up to another level. And those people then move up to another level. That's the beauty of economics.
All right, so
And that's what my forte is. My
Good.
education is in
Good.
economics.
I'm sorry I'm talking fast, but I'm trying to get all these points
No,
in.
you're right.
So can we get a list of who's hiring?
Oh yeah, I mean sure. Downtown Cleveland Alliance would be the folks that are, and the host committee has all that information, and they're taking all the information. They're asking us as vendors to let them know when they get job specific. But sometimes it's not. In economics, in the economy, it's not the direct jobs that are as sometimes important as the indirect jobs. It's kind of like when a steel mill is here, or when a Ford Motor, who is going to be producing bigger cars and more cars over in Parma. Now all those support industries that support that business, all those now lift up. That's what this is all about. And when Rob was talking about the construction jobs, how about the opportunity corridor?
You know,
Look what that's going to do.
I worked in the hospitality industry, and I know about banquets and people having events. And sir, there is no way that I'm going to let. I can't agree with you, because I know when all of these things come into town, then when they leave, it's just going to be just like tumbleweeds blowing down the road in Cleveland. When you hire just people that just are going to work at the RNC, first of all, there are no guarantees that these jobs will still be available because the business is not there. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Don't
Right.
don't spin
That's-
that rhetoric telling people
That's
that the
not
RNC
rhetoric.
is going to
No,
create all these
it's
jobs.
not
For
right.
today, they
Actually,
will.
You're spinning the rhetoric in the
Yeah.
wrong way. You're a very pessimistic person, unfortunately.
Oh, boy.
I'm a very optimistic person.
Oh, okay.
What I'm
Yeah,
looking
your
at
neighborhood.
is trying to. My neighborhood's right down the street.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say is we want to make sure and take this opportunity, not so it's not just for 1 week, that it's for a permanent revitalization of the Cleveland area by showcasing exactly what we can do I mean, how many opportunities do you have with 50-some thousand people are going to come to see your city? I mean, that's unique. And these are people that are coming in that have money not only to spend that week, but these are entrepreneurs and people who could come in here and change the dynamic of this city.
Then why weren't you here
And that's
before?
what we're talking
That's
about.
all I'm
Miss-
saying.
Miss
I'm
Con-
happy to
Miss-
see you,
We were,
but
Miss-
well, the
Miss-
problem is
Miss
for
Controversy.
Cleveland, we were
hope
here
you'll
in
be here
19...
another day.
Yeah.
Hope you'll be here another
Miss
day.
Controversy, I hear
Yeah.
what you're saying, but look, it's about now.
I agree.
All right,
It is
all right,
about
all right,
now.
all right. This is happening now. You
Yes, it
understand?
is.
Look, either you be a part of it or you stand on the sideline. All right.
Okay.
It's about now. All right.
Right.
And whether you like it or not, it's
Right.
coming, and let's cash in on it the
Right.
best we can. It's about now.
Well,
You
we'll
understand?
be
We'll,
sure to
listen,
let everybody know.
we'll deal with all the other issues later. But this convention is coming, and we need to be aware of it and be our part to be a part of it. Okay.
Always wanted, and there's only 10 things. It's a 10 points. 10 points, real quick. We want freedom. We want power. We want employment for all people. We want an end to the robbery by the capitalists in the black and oppressed community. We want decent housing. We want education for our children. We want to have health care for all our people. We want immediate and absolute no police brutality and murder of our people in our community. We want to have the immediate cessation of all aggression between peoples of the brown skin of any kind. We want freedom for all our people, and we want the opportunity to live out this American dream. Now, these 10 things that I just asked for, what do black people want, are the same things that the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense asked for.